Looming tariffs could drive up the cost of rebuilding in areas impacted by January's wildfires. China, Canada, and Mexico are major suppliers for things like lumber and also drywall.
Fox 11's Susan Hirasuna live at Malibu with a look at what fire survivors may encounter. Susan.
You know, Christina, Marla, it could be 6 months, maybe a year before anyone really breaks ground and looks for the cost of building materials. But already people are saying what it costs today, it'll cost much more by then. Why? Well, first think about your lessons from Econ 101.
Dimensional lumber down here is like a 2x10.
Anawalt Lumber has been in the building supply business for more than 100 years. This location is just a few miles from the Palisades fire burn zone. And already, customers are asking what prices will be like when it's time to rebuild. Reef Anawalt says, remember what happened during COVID?
Now I think we'll see the same thing in Southern California between the Eaton fire and Palisades fire. Demand is going to be very high in about a year and a half, maybe even 6 months to a year and a half. And then we're going to have the tariffs, so you're going to kind of have a double whammy.
It's not just the demand. President Trump's tariffs, which could go into effect in April, are aimed at countries that are big-time suppliers of building material. Shelley Rothman works for Enjoy Financial in Glendale.
Mexico is our drywall. Canada is our wood. Electronics and metal is coming from China. So there is not one thing that we produce mass here in America that's going to be going into those homes that are being rebuilt, except for our labor.
The developer for these townhomes locked in the cost of lumber before breaking ground, but in the future, he sees how costs will rise.
Everyone has to make money along the chain, so it gets a little expensive and more tariffs are added on.
Everyone we talk to agree it will be hard for fire survivors to know for sure final costs for a rebuild.
People projecting numbers on a current day price really need to, I think, shoot for 25% higher at least, with labor and material costs going up.
When President Trump was in the Palisades area to tour the fire zone, he suggested that he might freeze the cost of building supplies for 3 years for those people who were affected and needed to rebuild. So far, we haven't heard anything more about that, nor how exactly that would work.